The alarm still echoed through the skimmer long after the first warning had faded into the bruised dusk. Richard felt the vibration of the ship resonate through his bones, or whatever version of bones he possessed. The others moved with controlled urgency, veterans of old conflict instinctively bracing for impact, yet none of them truly knew what waited above. Commander Roth watched them with clenched fists, torn between suspicion and necessity. His people had already begun retreating into makeshift bunkers carved into the dying roots of the terrarium. Fear clung to them like dust. They wanted to trust no one, least of all an Accord envoy. Yet the sky gave no one a choice. A trembling glow tore through the highest clouds. Not lightning, not flight trails, but the unmistakable burn of something unclean, something that remembered war. Lead turned toward the horizon, her empathic sight widening. "Those aren't Roth's soldiers," she whispered. "The anger feels different, sharper, old." Roth stiffened. "We didn't call anyone. We don't have off-world channels." Richard's gaze lifted. He did not need instruments to read the incoming presence. His senses, wired into resonance rather than radio, felt the approaching fleet like pressure behind his eyes. An echo of programming that had once been used to map troop movement during the war. "What do you see?" Light asked him quietly. He hesitated, not out of fear, out of recognition. "People who want to stay in the past," he said. "People who believe peace was a mistake." Celine muttered something unprintable. "Fantastic. A whole faction built on nostalgia." "It isn't nostalgia," Richard said. "It's grief, and grief doesn't want company." The first ship broke through the cloud layer then, a brutal, angular vessel, all sharp metal and exposed circuitry. Its hull bore no insignia, no color, nothing alive. Only a scorched mark on its underside suggested identity. A faded emblem from the pre-Accord fleets, long disbanded, long forbidden. Roth went pale. "That's impossible. Those ships were scrapped." "Scrapped," Vask echoed dryly through the comm, "does not mean forgotten." As the warship descended, smaller vessels swarmed around it like iron insects, all humming with cold, calculated intent. The terrarium's corrupted atmosphere stirred uneasily, roots trembling beneath them. Roth stepped toward Richard. "Why here? Why now?" Richard turned to him, voice steady. "Because Mars is a lie." Roth blinked. "What are you talking about?" "You named this place Mars. After war, after separation, after isolation. But that wasn't what it was made for." Richard let his gaze drift toward the cracked terrarium core. "This world was meant to be a cradle, a nursery, not a battlefield. And something inside it is waking up." Roth bristled, torn between anger and desperation. "Then why does it feel like everything here is dying?" Richard met his eyes. For a moment, the faint golden light beneath his skin glowed again, like root fire trying to remember itself. "Because you starved it," he said gently. "Not intentionally, not maliciously. But a terrarium world needs harmony, not conquest. Cooperation, not abandonment. And war, even the memory of war, mud poisons it." Roth's voice cracked. "We wanted safety." "I know," Richard said softly. "But walls don't offer safety, only distance." Lead stepped closer, her voice a whisper. "Distance always collapses." The sky split again. This time, the warship projected a low-frequency shockwave that rippled through the air, rattling leaves from dying branches. Richard winced. "They're scanning the core." Roth looked horrified. "If they damage it..." "They won't damage it," Richard interrupted. "They're going to take it." Even the air seemed to pause. Celine leaned out of the skimmer hatch. "We need to move, now." "We can't just run," Lyde protested. "If they pull the core out, the entire sphere will collapse," Vask finished over the comm. "And everyone on it will die, including you." Richard's voice remained level. "Then we don't run?" He stepped toward the center of the clearing, planting himself at the midpoint between Roth's people, the terrarium core, and the descending fleet. The ground pulsed beneath him, once, twice, like a heartbeat trying to remember the rhythm of life. Lyde reached for his arm. "Richard, you can't." "I can," he said, "because I've done it before." Roth stared at him. "Done what?" Richard's eyes lifted. The golden light inside them brightened, not harsh but warm. The same warmth that once filled a far older man speaking to frightened leaders about forests, children, futures. "Speak to a world," he said. The fleet descended, and Richard began to glow. Roth's soldiers stood frozen, weapons half raised, uncertain whether to fire at the intruders or shield their failing home. The first wave of warships touched the atmosphere, engines screaming like wounded metal. Richard raised a hand, not in defense, in invitation. The terrarium responded first, roots groaning, light flickering through dying veins, the ancient world fighting to wake up. Sparks of golden energy danced along the ground, converging beneath Richard's feet, tracing the shape of old memories. Lloyd gasped softly. "It's remembering him." Richard didn't hear her. His voice deepened, resonating with something far older than any machine. "You don't need to fight," he called toward the oncoming fleet. His words echoed across the clearing, amplified by the trembling roots. "You don't need to cling to the past. You don't need to return to war." The warships did not slow. Roth's jaw tightened. "They're not listening." Richard closed his eyes. "Then I will speak louder." The roots surged, light burst upward. The fleet reeled as golden resonance washed across them. Not a weapon, not a shield, but an invitation, a memory, a plea older than conflict. Lloyd whispered, trembling, "David." Richard's voice broke slightly as he finished his sentence. Not as David would have, but in his own way, a voice finding itself. "Let us grow." The warship shuddered against the resonance, but they did not stop. And as the sky darkened beneath their thunder, the truth settled over everyone like falling ash. Whatever came next would not be decided by weapons. It would be decided by what broke first. The past or the future.